Harleigh.
Hi, Malaika.
Welcome back to another episode of Sonder Salt, the weekly podcast about the magic of eating.
And we cook sometimes.
Sometimes, yeah.
Sometimes, very sometime-ish. This week, we have Malta.
Bonsoir.
Around the world with black mouths.
Bonsoir.
And Malaysia.
Sulamat Putong.
Okay.
Yeah, Sulamat Putong.
Says Google.
Yeah,
Okay.
well, this is Trip Savvy.
Okay.
That's what they told me. They gave me three different
Right.
greetings and that was the one that I chose, which is a greeting for the late afternoon.
Okay.
And it is the late afternoon here in lovely London.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lovely. Anyway, thank you so much for joining us from around the world.
Welcome to the conversation.
Wherever you're joining in from. I've kind of lost track with the numbers, but I'll get them back for next
We
episode.
must be into the 50s.
Yeah, we are
yeah.
for sure. Because last week we brought 4 in.
Okay,
And
yeah.
Maybe we're out of the 50s. No.
Into the 60s? Don't know.
I'll find out. Next
But we're
episode,
growing.
Next episode I'll have a number. If you are enjoying the podcast, anywhere in the world, new listener or old listener, and have not yet left us a review, please go and do that right now. Pause the episode. Or do you ever have to pause? Just scroll down and leave us a review on Apple. You can leave us a star rating and also write us a little paragraph. Let us know where you're from and what you're enjoying, what you want to see. On Spotify, you can just drop us 5 stars. It wouldn't be anything other than 5 stars.
Do you know what I mean?
So, yeah, 5 stars there, please. And obviously, join the conversation with us on our Instagram as well, at Sonder Salt. But yeah, thanks so much for being here.
Oh, thanks for having me.
I'm so glad you're here because you've just been outside for like a whole week.
Wow.
What have you been eating, Malaika?
Well, I have been eating quite a bit of things, but something I had a couple of times
Go on.
is Spanish tapas in London, of
Okay.
course. So I went to a couple of restaurants. The first one that I went to is Alford Saloon's Tapas and Deli in Walthamstow Village. So one half of it is a restaurant, the other half of it is a delicatessen.
Okay.
And you can get a range of Spanish and I think European products and stuff. It's really cool, really cute. They have a menu del dia. I think it runs from Monday to Friday or maybe Monday to Thursday.
Maybe, yeah.
£19. You can get a glass of wine, 2 tapas per person. We got some olives. I think that's part of the deal.
Okay.
Some Gordau olives, which is now my second fave to the Nocolaro olive, which I love. Not as buttery.
What's the brand of the one that comes in the can?
I know the one you're talking about,
Yeah.
but I've had that. I don't
It's the one that they
know.
always use in restaurants to put the like knives.
Yeah.
and forks in.
I don't
So good.
know. But
so good.
speaking of Nocolaro olives, I think is it number 5 brand olive oil, and it's made with Nocolaro olives.
Really?
Yeah. And
How much is that? £20 a bottle?
It's available in Waitrose, so we already know
£20
there.
a bottle.
That is a bit crazy. Lorenzo, it's the number 5 extra virgin olive oil made with Nocolaro olives. If you have that on like some salad or something where you can just really appreciate the olive oil, fantastic.
Have you had it?
Yeah, it's really nice.
Do you own it?
Not currently.
Oh.
Not currently. But I will be.
Is
I
the
will
price
be
on
going
that?
back. It says here £16. So it's not easy. Do you know what I mean? It's £16, but it is fantastic.
You don't want your brother finding that to fry his
I'm
egg
telling
in?
you, because he will do it. Yeah, drizzle all over his oven baked chicken, oven jerk chicken. But no, that one's really good. But yeah, the Gordau olive,
So you
I had that. So it comes with 2 tapas, glass of wine or soft drink, some bread, and I think that's about it for £19. Which, it's a pretty good deal for what you get. The portions of the tapas is quite good. I'd say they're quite hearty. But we ordered a couple of other things. I had the calamari, which was mwah. The calamari itself was so fresh. It was just so soft, not rubbery at all. Fantastic. We had some potatoes. What do you call them again?
Patatas bravas.
Patatas bravas, yeah. And then we also had padron peppers. We ordered the lentils dish, which I think it had like smoked paprika in it.
Ooh.
Lovely, really enjoyed that. A couple of other bits and bobs. Yeah, a couple. I don't want to talk too much about it, but I've been there a few times.
Yeah.
I do like it. And I'll probably go back again. And then the second place that I went to was La Luna in Muswell Hill. I've been there quite a few times. They're pretty consistent. I'd say out of like 10 times, they've let me down 1.5 times.
Okay.
Sometimes it's one dish just isn't hitting the way that it should do. White sangria is what we ordered at
Oh
Auckland
yeah,
Saloon.
yeah.
And their white sangria is...
You had it at both places?
I had it, yeah, I have. If it's on the menu, it's a bit of me. Do you know?
Olives, white sangria.
Yeah, if it's on Padron peppers.
Yeah,
I always order that. The white sangria at Orford Saloon, the clarity, it had less fruit, and I think it had just like apples or something very simple. Really, really nice. The one at La Luna had a bit too many fruits in it, so it's a bit murky.
Right.
It just feels a bit heavier on the tongue, but the taste is still nice. I do like it. They have this pan con tomate dish,
right?
That the bread, toasted bread, garlic rubbed, grated tomatoes, and this one came with some kind of cured meat. Don't know what it is, and a grated hard cheese. Fantastic. I've been thinking about it.
Porky bite.
Oh God, I didn't say it was pork. I don't know what it is. It's highly likely that it is, knowing Spanish culture.
Yeah.
But fantastic. There was like these vegetarian croquettes.
Oh my gosh.
Fantastic. Oh God, really, really good. And then they have this dish that I love. Sometimes I've had it and it's a bit crisper than other times, but it's basically like steamed octopus with like some potatoes and capers.
They have that at the Portuguese place I recommended a couple
Really?
weeks ago. Yeah, they do like this beautiful slow cooked octopus.
Oh gosh, yeah, I love that. Every time I go there, I have to order that.
Yeah.
It's gluten free. They actually specify the things that are gluten free
gluten-free.
in both restaurants.
I think
as
that's
well.
good because they have such small dishes that they should be able to ensure that
it states it on the menu, which is really helpful.
Random question about these two places. Were you eating at tables?
Yes.
Because I went to, so my experiences with tapas have been in Madrid and in Ibiza.
Oh, sorry. I'm just here in London.
Madrid, Ibiza and Mallorca.
Yeah.
Mallorca being the most recent one. But when I went to all of these places, it was just like, they were very much tapas bars. Like you were sitting,
no, these are restaurants.
You were sitting with your legs swinging.
Yeah.
And it was just very, very casual, and I loved it. I really did love it. But I'm just curious to know because
they're full
proper
on
sit-down
restaurants.
places. Yeah. I remember when I went to Madrid and not even Madrid, sorry, when I went to Mallorca with Sam, and we were just like at a bar, just got a drink, and on the menu some Padron peppers. So I was like, oh yeah, give me Padron peppers, like thinking that it's like here, little bar snack, whatever. This guy must have given me about a kilo.
Really?
Of Padron peppers, and it was the first night we got there, and I was just like, you know what, I actually can't eat them anymore.
Yeah.
Like, not ever, but that particular night.
Yeah.
I had just had so many because they're not spicy, but once you've eaten about 20, your belly is aware that you're eating chilies.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never had that many because you usually just get a small handful.
You usually get like 8 to 10 or something. This guy, I'll try and find a picture of it.
Please do. Put it on the Instagram.
Bowl of these Padron peppers, and they were so good, like salt, just grilled and salty.
Flake salt.
And I was just like, wow, amazing. But
a couple of people I know have tried them. They didn't like. I think they're a bit of an acquired taste. There's a slight bitterness to it.
100%.
Yeah, and I love them.
Do you eat the whole thing? Because I always don't eat the stick.
I don't eat the stem.
Okay, fine.
I don't eat the stem. Like the head and the stem,
yeah.
I take that off. But everything else, just love it.
Yeah. I eat it like a prawn.
Yeah.
Like I put it like if you
you pull it out
and I just pull the rest of it off.
I've got a modern Spanish tapas cookbook. I will share it on the Instagram. I actually got it in a charity shop. You're bloody joking it now. It's my mum. Sorry. I've got a modern Spanish tapas cookbook.
Yeah.
I actually got it in a charity shop. It was about £4.
Is this the one that was written in?
No, that was a different one. But this one I got it ages ago. Really good, and it's got all these different kinds of recipes. I think it's quite authentic in how it was created. I will share it, but yeah, I like to pick up books in charity shops, and that was one of my little gems that I really liked.
Well, my food highlight of the week is completely different to yours.
Okay.
Because this was still a transitional COVID week for me.
Okay.
Getting back into it. It's Aldi.
Oh, Aldi.
It's Aldi. Yeah. Aldi is my food highlight of the week. So I was...
What's Aldi? No,
what is Aldi?
Yeah, what is Aldi?
I'm about to tell you exactly what Aldi is. So Aldi is, for anyone who is listening from around the world, a supermarket that we have here. I believe they also have it in America, and it's also across Europe. Yeah. They don't have it across, I don't think,
it's European origins.
It's European origins, yeah. It is, I guess, one of our like cheaper supermarkets.
Cost cutters, they called them when they first came out. I don't know where they're at now because everybody's prices are a bit inflated. But
what had happened was, I was getting back into the world of the living. So I was like, I need groceries. I've been in the house for like 7 days. Had my Tesco order slot lined up to go, and as I'm adding stuff to the basket, I see £56 happen.
Oh yeah.
And then I went through the basket, and there was no food there.
Really?
Like, as in there was no meals.
Yeah,
there wasn't actually groceries. I was spending £56 for nothing, and I said, you know what? These people are robbing me blind.
Oh, you sent me
Club card
the
price.
screenshot.
Yeah, I've seen club card price, but no club card price. You know, like. Sorry,
it wasn't adding up.
The numbers were not. The math was not mathing, and they just opened a new Aldi quite near.
Wait, you know that the meme,
the gifts with the numbers. That was literally me, the woman one where she kind of looks left and right, and I was looking around my house thinking to myself, it's just me one that lives here.
Yeah,
and £56 is not getting me like a week's worth of groceries.
Yeah.
If I was buying a lot of ready meals and branded products and stuff like that, I could understand.
Yeah,
but I wasn't.
If on a side note, if you haven't listened to our savvy shopping tip, I was speaking from a place of real confidence. The cost of living crisis has found me, and I can see a significant difference in the cost of my basket. Yeah, 100%. I really can. It's crazy.
And there's certain. I think, what did we say in the episode? We said the cost of living crisis, we're ignoring it, or it's not affecting me. And it is affecting me. But it's not like, I don't want to say that shopping in Aldi is a decision that I've made like due to the cost of living crisis as a whole, because they were being affected by all of the other things that were being affected by, but in a way that just, I don't know. Anyway, they opened Aldi near me, walkable, thank goodness. I love the fact that it's so close to me. Yeah. Went there, I did a shop for £58. Mm-hmm. I'm going to be eating for the rest of the month.
Really?
Okay.
Have you stocked up the freezer?
The fridge, the freezer, and meal prepped. And honestly, I did like a big shop because I intended to get a cab back. So I was like, let me just like fill up my arms and then get a cab home, all these groceries. I got toilet paper, I got a cleaning product, I got sausages, chicken, mincemeat, fish.
Jolly Hog.
Not Jolly Hog.
Oh, okay.
They do have branded products, but they didn't.
Yeah, they do. Lidl don't have branded products.
Yeah, Lidl don't have branded products. So, honestly, the sausages though. So Jolly Hog is the brand that I've been screaming about that I found through Gusto, and I've since been shopping at Tesco and stuff. They're quite expensive sausages. I think they're about £3.20 for 6, if you're lucky, on the club card price day. These, again, I can't remember the price of individual items, but let me just say I bought 6 different types of animals. Yeah. And the whole groceries came to £58.
You know, you said you was going to take a cab back.
Yeah.
Would you ever get a shopping trolley? I've got a shopping trolley.
I would, but I didn't want to.
Oh, fair enough.
I would get one because I'm not driving at the moment. Yeah. But
anyway, anyone listening, do you have a shopping trolley? If you don't, would you get a shopping trolley? Are you opposed to them? Because people always cuss me for my shopping trolley, but I love it.
I'm not opposed to it at all. Yeah. But I don't have it.
Oh, fair enough.
And the cab was £4. And this is another thing.
£4? What were you using? What dodgy app were you using?
Free now.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I'll leave my referral code in the
I've got one too.
Because someone free-nowed me in. Yeah. That gave me the referral code. The deals have never ended. It's been about 4 months.
Seriously? Yeah. I need to check back on my free now.
It was £4 and it was with 35% off. Products I was really happy with at Aldi that I've already eaten, so I can actually testify. The sausages, I bought the Bramley apple ones. Very, very good. The 6 sausages, not the chipolatas.
Is that when you made the pasta dish?
No.
Okay.
Don't. I asked you not to bring that up.
Okay. Anyway.
It really be your own people. Anyway, the fake Biscoff spread.
It's good.
Aldi's version of their Biscoff spread, the crunchy one. I bought it before and I've been thinking about it ever since. It's so good. I have been eating it by the spoon from the jar, but whatever.
Can I get a spoon after?
After the comment that you just made,
I was joking. Anyway,
now you're joking. The oat milk. So the oat milk was what I was concerned about because I was like, I like Oatly, right?
Yeah.
Sue me. It's expensive and apparently they're problematic, but whatever.
Yeah, it's unhealthy.
Whatever. I bought the Aldi branded oat barista style, whatever that means.
Okay, it makes it's thicker. I think it's got more thicker.
It's got a higher protein. It's got a higher protein content, which I think is what helps it froth.
Okay.
Like in that style, but I'm literally drinking a cup of tea with it right now. Mm-hmm. Fantastic, honestly. So I don't see myself having to go back to Tesco as often as I thought. I thought I would kind of still have to shop in both places, at least like every couple of weeks. But now, honestly, I'll probably do a Tesco. Like I could probably go to Tesco and buy one bag of the things that I want. For example, any alcohol that I want, more like to get branded products.
Bit Tesco.
Bit of Stones, bit of Gordon's. Yeah. You know, bit of Fever Tree.
Yeah.
Things like that I'm happy to pay the price of. Well, I'm not happy, but
so you shut your eyes, and do it. Yeah.
I'll do that. So yeah, I'm happy that they've opened an Aldi near me, and if you are, I don't know, struggling or just considering how much you're paying for your groceries, give Aldi a try, because I really do think the quality of the fruit and veg was amazing.
Yeah.
Like, they've got like what is it, Cavallo Nero?
Yeah.
Like they do the massive
Their range
boxes of
is quite
mushrooms.
good.
They've got aubergine. They've got like everything that I don't see in Lidl. Lidl is very much like apples and bananas.
Yeah, it's quite basic.
Quite
in their
basic,
range.
and I don't think Lidl stuff lasts as long.
Apparently, it dies before you even get home.
It does.
Yeah.
But you get what you pay for.
Yeah. Fair enough.
So I think Aldi's a nice, at the moment,
Yeah.
appropriate, affordable little supermarket.
Okay. There's an Aldi near me. I still haven't popped in because where it's located, there's always traffic going into that retail park. It's very annoying. I could walk there when the weather is a bit brighter.
With the shopping trolley.
Yeah, I will. My shopping trolley's called Bobby Kunne, but that's a story for another day.
On today's episode,
Yes.
we are talking about me. I'm talking all about me.
You?
Yes.
What are you, Harleigh? Who are you?
I am a dessert person.
Right.
We're talking about me.
Yeah.
And the name of this episode, Dessert Person, is also the name of Claire Saffitz's. Her name ends with a Z, but then how do you pluralize it?
Saffitz's.
Claire Saffitz's debut cookbook, Dessert Person.
Mm-hmm.
She is ex-Bon Appetit chef, recipe developer, food writer, culinary genius.
Yeah.
And she is a dessert person.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's amazing. And it wasn't until she has a YouTube channel as well called Dessert Person by Claire Saffitz, where she goes through the recipes from the book in detail. So she almost gives like tutorials for all the recipes in the book.
Yeah.
And other stuff. It has guests on and things like that. But it was when she was explaining the concept of the book, being like, some people are dinner people, some people are meat people, some people are this, and I'm a dessert person.
Okay. Interesting.
Me too. So I'm a dessert person. Are you a dessert person?
I would say probably not.
Mm-hmm.
No. If I go to a restaurant, I'm a starter and mains type of babe.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very happy to bump dessert. Most of the time when I eat out, if there's sorbet on the menu, I'm having a sorbet. I've got to be honest.
All right.
To cleanse the palate. So I would say if I have dessert, it tends to be as a treat. I will go out for dessert specifically, or I will have dessert at home. But I'm not really.
Yeah.
I think, if we really think about what the word means, what the phrase means, I don't think I'm a dessert person.
Okay, that's fine. Fair enough. So you may not be a dessert person, but you enjoy some dessert. So
yes, I do.
What are your favourite desserts?
Right, got to get the phone out. The old phone out.
I'll start with mine because
go ahead.
this is about me.
Yeah.
My favourite dessert of all time, which I believe is on your list, is sticky toffee pudding.
Yes, facts.
And well,
not my favourite of all time, but yes, I'm with you on this one.
I understand the notion of there being STP, as we like to call it on the internet.
Oh, really? It's a thing?
Yeah.
It's a cult.
It's hashtag STP season.
Gosh. when does that run from and to?
Sticky toffee pudding season is basically winter.
Yeah.
It's a warm dessert.
Winter warmer.
Yeah. However, I agree that there is a season in which I expect it to be served, especially like with roast dinners and things like that.
Yeah.
But I can eat it all year round.
Mm-hmm.
I can eat it all year round.
Is this with ice cream or custard?
It's with ice cream.
Oh.
Because I'm not a custard.
Oh yeah, you don't like custard.
I like custard tarts. I like custard. I don't like
actual
custard.
Like
yeah,
custard fair enough.
And stuff like that. I love the taste of it. I just don't love the concept. But
so it's the concept that's holding you back?
I don't like creamy sauces. We've been through
this.
Sorry.
I remember.
It's a creamy liquid.
But you said you like the taste.
Because it's vanilla-y and eggy and creamy.
So it's literally just the fact that it's creamy that stops you from consuming it because you like the taste.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Continue.
Taking no further questions at this time. Sticky toffee pudding. I love it.
Yeah.
What you got?
I do love sticky toffee pudding. I actually like it with custard or a nice vanilla bean ice cream.
Speckles.
Yeah, either or. And I think I mentioned either on our Food Adventures episode or something previous that I had it at the Main in Dubai. Did I mention that? And I really liked it at the Main in Dubai.
Oh, you did actually
the
mention
sticky
it.
toffee pudding. Yeah. One thing I do like, I've mentioned, we can circle back on sorbet. I think we can.
Yeah, we'll come to that. We'll come to
that. But I think it's in line with a sticky toffee pudding, a bread and butter pudding. I do love a bread and butter pudding when it has to be made with like white bread, some kind of white bread. Don't give me wholemeal bread and butter pudding.
Is that a thing?
I've had it before, you'll be surprised. When people are trying
I've
had it before, you'll be surprised when people are trying to use up old bread and it doesn't,
Fair enough.
Not hitting. I've got to be honest. So with some kind of white bread, You know, like really indulgent, the cream, the eggs, whatever, all of that kind of stuff. And I love when the it's like the custard mixture doesn't quite hit the top,
right, crisp,
and it crisps at the top, and there's crunchy bit. When I used to work at John Lewis in the PDR in central London,
goodness.
they used to make us bread and butter pudding, and when I was in the PDR, of course I was doing things the legal way and having it within my lunch meal allowance. And I would eat as much as I possibly could, and I loved it. I love bread and butter pudding. Oh, I love it.
I'm not a massive bread and butter pudding person. I feel like it's a very home dessert. I wouldn't expect to find bread and butter pudding like if I'm eating out. For some reason, when you said bread and butter pudding, in my mind it was being served with rum and raisin ice cream.
I like that. I've had that though. It's quite nice.
Is it because of the Is it because of the raisins?
Maybe it could. It might. I like. Do you know what?
Rum
and raisin ice cream. The flavour of it, fantastic. I don't want raisins in my rum and raisin. I don't want no raisins in my rum and raisin ice cream. I want that bad boy pureed out. Pure flavour.
I want rum.
Yeah.
No raisins.
It's just the flavour, the sweetness.
Yeah.
That's it. But I don't want whole raisins in my rum. You're trying to get me mad. Absolutely not. No, but I do love the flavour of rum and raisin.
The cart door one has raisins in it.
Yeah, miss me. They're
not whole though. I feel like they're chopped
up. Yeah. Just puree it out. Yeah, and just give me all the flavour. I do like that. But yeah, bread and butter pudding, it's a bit of me. That's what I would say is like my sticky toffee kind of equivalent.
It's the opposite. Okay. Do you have any desserts that are specialty to your culture? To your Jamaican Jamaicans?
Jamaican bits and bobs I do. My favourite, to be honest, Jamaican desserts
as a concept.
It doesn't really exist. It's quite limited. They'll bake, make cake. But one thing I love, cornmeal pudding. Some people call it pone. I don't really know. I couldn't tell you what the word pone. It might be another word for pudding.
Maybe it's localised.
Maybe, yeah. But cornmeal pudding. Should I even say what's in there? So cornmeal pudding, it literally says here, I've done a quick Google. Cornmeal pudding, also known as cornmeal pone, and I don't know why, is a flavourful Jamaican dessert made from cornmeal, coconut milk, raisins, I think they're probably pureed out as well, and spices. It's a firm pudding consistency with a sweet and creamy coconut custard topping, staple dessert in Jamaica and throughout the Caribbean. That's probably between cornmeal pudding and sweet potato pudding. Those are probably the closest. Oh, and then like black cake. The closest things that you get to what you could call dessert. There are sweet treats, but I wouldn't call them desserts.
Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right.
And maybe in the Jamaican restaurant of my dreams would be able to utilise some of these sweet treats to become
create
more dessert.
Something.
Like gizzada specifically, I think has so much potential.
I think dropsy could be such a nice crumb.
It could. That's
on
the
like
thing.
on a bigger thing, but like as in like a crumb or like a cheesecake base, but like not completely dropsy, but.
Yeah.
Like something like that.
Yeah.
Another memory you've just triggered, because you're right, there's not a big dessert culture in Jamaica, but my 6th birthday, I was in Jamaica. I was climbing Dunsmore Falls. Climbing Dunsmore Falls in Jamaica.
Yeah.
And my granddad's wife, Miss Dell, she, for some reason, I couldn't go in the kitchen. She was up to something. And I was just, I don't know, maybe I was just young. I just wasn't paying proper attention. And she was in there making me a lemon birthday cake for my birthday.
Oh, nice.
And like, it's a vivid memory that I have of being served this lemon cake. And even then it was like, I don't think I've ever eaten a cake in Jamaica before. Like that kind of just lemon cake in Jamaica ever before. I've had black cake. Just
sometimes
cake.
Sponge, just sponge cake, yeah.
But I have a really positive memory of a cake, someone making an effort to make me a cake for my birthday. One thing
my family, I'm pretty sure it's quite popular, trifle, that pops up quite a bit. I see it like around Christmas time. Is that
the colonisation?
Probably,
Is that colonial Britain? Is that the empire?
I think so. I don't mind a bit of trifle if it's made by the right person in the right way, but it's not like something that I love. But
what I grew up loving was, you know, in Tesco they do desserts. It's like little 3-packs.
Yes.
And there'd be little trifle ones. And there'd be little cheesecake ones.
Yes.
Childhood memory.
Do you know what this is giving me?
Go on.
When you were banging
lemon
on
chicken.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
From the supermarket fridges.
I was poor.
But you still love it. I mean,
I love it.
The access to finance is not the issue, really. Do you know what I mean? It's not really. I think you just love these things.
I do. Yeah. I haven't had one in years because obviously dairy, and just once I stopped eating dairy, I stopped buying these kind of things. But on an off chance, like if you catch me on the wrong day of my period, I might just be in there scooping up all the Tesco ready meals. And
I went through a
desserts.
phase of those them trifle and cheesecake pots.
Do you know what I was having
Tesco.
for a phase of? It's all coming back to me now. Milky Bar used to do this like yogurt dessert thing.
Yeah.
It wasn't mousse. It was like a
It was like a
panna cotta type thing.
I know the one that you're talking about. Oh. Do they even do those things? Jamie Oliver's probably got all of that stuff out of here.
Gone, yeah, but it was so like fresh from the udder.
Yeah,
I can't have that kind of level of dairy anymore.
Since we're in the fridges in our local supermarket, I don't remember what brand it was, but it was a children's jelly.
Oh, does that? Yeah.
Yes, and I used to have a thing about fruit-based baby foods for like a snack. I used the baby food fruit-based.
Right, okay.
Yeah, I used to love that. And do you know where it stems from? When I studied abroad in France, apple puree is a big thing out there, and they have it with natural yogurt.
They have it in vending machines, don't they?
Yeah, apple puree is a really big thing, and I grew to love apple puree. And the closest thing I could get here consistently was apple-based baby food desserts and fruit pots, and I loved it.
Interesting.
I'll probably go and buy some more. One thing I do still buy is you mentioned it the other day. It's the little
juices,
the smoothies, the kids smoothies. But yeah, it stems from my time abroad.
Yeah, sticky pudding. I'm going down the aisles now in my head thinking about desserts. But let's talk about some very specific desserts that we know that we absolutely love. Let's talk about apple desserts.
Okay.
So, apple crumble, apple pie.
If it was really down to the two of them, I'm going to have the apple crumble every time because most of the time it's made better. But when I have a good apple pie, Benjamina's caramel apple pie that I mentioned on God knows what episode it is way back in one of my foodie highlights. Yeah, fantastic. The pastry, but she used real apples. My issue with apple crumble and apple pie and apple desserts, outer road, is when they're using apple syrup. Or apple sauce. I don't like that. I need real apples.
Chunks of apples.
Yeah, real apples. As long as it's real apples, apple crumble first, then apple pie. And the apple pie has to be served hot. I've been to some places where they're serving it cold, and I don't like that.
They do that in America, I think, a lot, because you know when they have like dessert fridges and it's kind of pre-portioned already, so they'll just kind of pull it out for you. I also am an apple crumble person more than apple pie, and I think for the same reasons, is that you just can't get as good apple pie all the time. If you could get consistent good apple pie, I'd probably be an apple pie person, because in my heart of hearts, not only am I a dessert person, I'm a pastry person.
The good pastry can't be beaten. I'm telling you,
a good pastry can't be beaten, and you just don't get that.
You don't.
Like,
it always tastes a bit stale.
Yes.
It always tastes a bit stale.
Something about it in the middle is always a bit doughy as well. Yeah. It's always a bit under.
Yeah.
Something
I don't
about
like
it's always a bit wrong.
Are you just on that as a baker? If I'm making an apple pie at home, should I be blind baking my pastry first and then putting the apples in? Because I feel like sometimes people are putting raw pastry, apples, and then popping it in, and then it creates a real soggy bottom.
It depends.
Okay.
So it depends. It's going to depend on your recipe. My preference is to blind bake pastry. Okay. Just for that exact reason. Yeah. However, there is a book, I recommend this. If you are taking on pie, it is called The Book on Pie. Okay. It is by Erin McDowell. She has a YouTube series on, I think it's on Food 52. It's called Bake It Up a Notch. Okay. She will talk you through she does this thing on Instagram, #SturdyPieChallenge, where basically she challenges you to make a pie from her book badly. The detail in the book is incredible. I have it. I didn't think of bringing it out with me right now, but it's incredible, the detail there. If you're taking on pie, she has a video there about basically the pie basics, and she explains like when you're putting raw fruit into a pie, how you would do it. If you're putting cooked fruit into a pie, how the base should be. And just, it's honestly, the details are incredible. So I don't have a hard and fast answer for you, but I would say the reason that it can change is because say you were doing a galette, you wouldn't blind bake a galette pastry, and you can make beautiful apple galettes that are crisp all the way through and amazing. So good question. Okay. Grasshopper. Yeah. But I don't fully know.
Yeah. Okay.
I would say there is an apple pie that I have always got time for.
Go on.
And that is a McDonald's apple pie.
Yeah, I love a McDonald's apple pie.
It's different.
The pastry, whatever the case in it is that a pastry? Whatever they've deep fried it in is a pastry. Yeah, it's a pastry. That the deep fried, the cinnamon content. You see, that applesauce I can get with. That's probably the closest to applesauce that I have tolerance for.
Yeah, it's quite a small chunk.
Yeah, but it's not too tart. The problem that I have sometimes when I'm having applesauce desserts, especially like in the UK, I don't know if they're using like the granniest of Smith apples. Like, they're like, them bad boys are sour. And it shows
That's
up.
what I use, and I think they're great.
No, but that's what I'm saying. I don't know.
Like
Maybe they're not using.
right,
I don't know how
okay.
they're doing it, but it's like the tartest apples that they can possibly find, and I don't like how it
They're probably
tastes.
just cooking apples or Bramley apples.
Them bad ones taste like green. I don't know. The point is, I don't like it. But McDonald's apple pie.
McDonald's are going
yeah.
right. But it's such a weird thing because
They've gotten smaller.
They have,
Yeah.
and more expensive, cost of living crisis, cost of lives. Well, to be honest, they've been getting smaller for years, but honestly, there were nights in the pandemic, one or two nights in the like official lockdown, where we did drive through McDonald's just to get apple pie.
Yeah.
Just to be like, you need something nice.
Yeah. Do you get the McFlurry with the apple pie? I used to do plain McFlurry, apple pie. I would break it up into my McFlurry, mix it, and it was like an apple pie McFlurry. Oh.
I don't because dairy.
Oh yeah.
But what I would do back in my dairy free life, my dairy enjoyment life, I would do that, but I would get milkshake. So you know how you know how for my thing about hot food that's so hot.
Yeah.
So when I get the apple pie from McDonald's, I literally I'm like, sorry, can you get me another one? This is a bit cold. I'll be like, it needs to be hot, yeah. And look at the time because the
timestamp. Yeah.
They have like 18 minutes, I think.
Yeah.
So if it's telling me that this apple pie is only good for 2 minutes, it's cold.
Yeah.
I need another one. And if it's so hot that I'm literally like, apple pie milkshake.
I've never had
apple pie
milkshake, but I'm curious now. I might try that the next
my gosh.
opportunity that I get.
Like you want to eat dairy? Gosh, if you live a life on the edge, but
I'm gonna try it.
Yeah,
because
just
I always
kind
got
of
a plain
like
McFlurry.
hot and cold. But I can imagine that both works like just perfectly.
I used to love that.
There is another apple pie which I have a lot of time for.
The one.
It is the Dutch apple pie. Specifically the one that they serve at, I think the restaurant is called Winkel 43.
Where is it?
In Amsterdam.
Oh, okay. I'm going to Amsterdam soon, so I'm gonna come.
Someone recommended to me. Actually, I think a few people recommended it to me the first time I ever went, and I was.
Yeah. That's exactly how
I was otherwise disposed when I had it.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is the best thing I've ever eaten in my whole life. And
did you have it when you were present as well?
So. Well,
okay.
Right. So it comes with so it comes with this like whippy cream.
Yeah.
Honestly, I was like, wow, this is amazing. This is the best thing I've ever tasted. I went back to Amsterdam a couple of years later, and I was like, no, this time I need to be present.
Yeah.
I was like, I just need to know whether or not you know.
Because a chicken burger was hitting one time for me, and it was from like one of them dodgy little chicken shops, and it was the best thing I'd ever had. But anyway,
it was as good.
Yeah.
And I was sitting there with somebody who was otherwise, and they were like, this is amazing. And I was like, for both of us.
Yeah.
Like, no matter the situation, Winkel 43 in Amsterdam.
Say no more. I'm definitely going to check it out.
Absolutely amazing. And it's like chunky apple, and it's a pie that has, again, the structure of a pie is so important. Like a base, a side, lattice top, whole top with extra like thick bits on top, platted crust, normal crust, like all of these things.
Yeah, you see all of that? Goes over my head. That bad boy needs to look and taste good. Yeah.
It has, honestly, etched itself in my memory forever. Mr. Kipling.
Right.
So,
in my uni days, we did have quite a few of those Mr. Kipling apple pies with some ambrosia custard. That was a thing for us, and it was like my real dirty, cheap, guilty pleasure. We need to rewind to come again on those guilty pleasures. That's another episode for another day.
Dare talk about my Tesco
but do you know what it was? We would put them in the oven just to. I feel like Mr. Kipling apple pies taste just a touch bit undercooked. The pastry is whack.
It tastes raw.
Okay.
And that stuff inside is syrup.
It is. However, I would scoop out some of the excess and would have that, put it in the oven so it was just a bit crispy with ambrosia custard. That was a thing for me. I wouldn't have it now. I don't know if it was like the air of university that just made everything sweeter. There was a couple of things that we used to bang out. Pasta with mince, and also pasta with barbecue chicken and sweet corn. That was a thing. And Mr. Kipling apple pie with ambrosia custard. We would jump
pasta
on
with barbecue and chicken.
We used to call it grease. Me and Christabel and the girls that I lived with. No, I'm telling you, one day I might make it for you. Banging.
Yeah, same day I serve you lemon chicken.
Yeah, fine. We can actually. We might have to do a taste test on some of these. Do you know what I mean? These little meals that we've It's what hell. It was nice. It was really banging. But we would get on the bus, went to Kingston University, the 85 night bus to Asda in Kingston for the apple pie and the custard. Or one of my friends used to drive and she used to take us, speaking of apple pie, or apple crumble and custard.
Go on, give me another one.
Bagel King in South London back in the day.
Oh.
I went to uni in Kingston.
Yeah, I don't frequent
after
that
the
side
rave.
of the...
Bagel King, yes.
What? So salt beef bagel in one hand and
no, it was Bagel King. I would only get the apple crumble and custard, or the you get like a patty and cocoa bread, and it was open 24 hours. The custard.
Bagel King.
It's called Bagel King. Yeah, they do bagels, but they do like patty, cocoa bread, jerk chicken bagel, all that kind of stuff.
The hell?
I went there probably within the last year, and the crumble and custard has changed. It's whack. Now, I'm not feeling it. But when I was 18, people were driving from North London to South London for that crumble. And the crumble was so thick. It had the right amount of apple, but it was like crumble forward, as they would say. Crumble forward. Yeah. And you'd have it, and it was probably ambrosia custard that they were putting on there.
Probably.
After the rave, Bagel King in 2008, 2009, it was hitting. Oh, it was hitting. It was such a vibe. You go there, it'll be late at night. You might see people, you might not. You're looking cute in your heels or whatever. Then, can I get apple and custard? Came in a pot.
Really?
Yeah. It was a thing. It was
That's
like a cult.
funny.
It was like a cult thing. But now, the last time I had it,
Not
it was
good.
whack. Yeah, got another pan.
Final apple crumble point before we move on. Weatherspoons.
You've mentioned them before, yeah.
It's not the greatest apple crumble in the world, but it's consistent.
Okay.
It's a consistent apple crumble that same kind of vibe. Like if you're just out for the girls and you're going for a drink and you're like, I've had 2 drinks. It's like I just want something.
Yeah.
It's like get a portion of chips, get some tenders,
giving me Mr.
whatever.
Kipling vibes.
No, because it's crumble. It's not pie.
Oh yeah, true.
It's crumble.
Okay.
And it's just consistent, and I really enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice.
I really like it.
Nice.
We need ice cream or custard at Spoons as well.
Okay.
Nothing beats, and it's like £3. Come on, like it doesn't get any better than
It's
that.
gonna taste good at £3.
Right, it comes with custard or ice cream. Let's move on to our next little section. Ice cream, or gelato, or sorbet.
Right.
They're 3 different things.
Yeah.
They are 3 different things, and we have different feelings about each.
Yeah.
Do you know the difference between an ice cream and a gelato? I feel like everyone knows that a sorbet is different, but do you know the difference between ice cream and gelato?
I didn't, but I do now
Go
because
on.
the internet taught me. I did a quick Google. As you guys know, and I've mentioned before, I'm a gelato babe. I have been a gelato babe since the days when my mum was hauling me to Pizzeria Papagoni on Stroud Green Road.
Even I know how to say this place now. Pizzeria Papagoni, like
Pizzeria Papagoni.
but so many times.
Basically, the main difference between gelato and ice cream is to do with how much fat content is in there. Ice cream has more fat. It is more creamy than gelato, and I believe how much more air is incorporated into the product. Not sorbet, gelato is churned for longer, I believe, and therefore it's got a slightly heavier consistency and density, and it feels smoother than ice cream. So we will probably say, most people will probably say gelato tastes creamier, but technically it's not that it tastes creamier, it's the feel.
Yep.
And the smoothness of the feel. So yeah, that is basically what the difference is.
What's your preference?
Gelato every time. Gelato every single time. I'm
Do
a
you
gelato
have a flavour
babe.
of profile? Flavour of profile? Flavour of preference?
A flavour of preference? Not really. I'm kind of open to whatever the gelateria. That's what they call the gelateria.
Yeah.
Whatever they've got going on. But I tend to gravitate towards pistachio gelatos. I do like some kind of salted caramel type of thing going on. I've had like almond, I believe, when I was in Tavira in Portugal, in the town centre. There is a gelateria. I don't even know if I'm saying that correctly, but banging. I'll try and post a picture on the Instagram account of the one that I had and the flavour that was in there. I think it was like some kind of local fruit or something, almost like a prune or dates or something. Really nice, but I tend to go for nutty based ones or like salted caramel type of thing going on. But gelato every time for me.
Well, if I go out and know that I'm going to eat dairy and the consequences are going to be bad, I want gelato.
Yeah.
Or I want like that kind of quality of ice cream, the things that we're talking about, the heaviness and the creaminess. So I want like branded ice cream.
Yeah.
So if I go to cinema, I probably will get Ben and Jerry's.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I wouldn't just get like Scoop.
Okay. Yeah.
I wouldn't get Scoop, but I'd go for Ben and Jerry's kind of thing, unless it's like gelato.
Yeah.
I think I lean towards like coffee flavor, salted caramel, and strawberry. Strawberry ice cream, strawberry milkshake, strawberry whatever. I'm a strawberry babe. So
strawberry, no.
I love strawberry.
No, it's not really my thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's nice.
Strawberry. I just feel like, do you know what it reminds me of? Neapolitan ice cream, where it had the strawberry chocolate.
Right
yeah,
though.
that's the vibes it's giving.
A good strawberry gelato.
Strawberry sorbet. Yeah.
Okay, so let's move into sorbet then. I had a sorbet awakening and gelato when I was doing Amalfi Coast. So I went to Sorrento to experience how they make limoncello.
Yeah.
And how they make lemon creams and all the lemon like trees and like farm and everything, and it was just incredible. And we stopped like right on the coast, and obviously loads of citrus, everything. So they had like sorbet in every citrus variety you could possibly think of, like lemon and lime, lemon and grapefruit, lemon this, citrus this, limoncello, like alcohol based ones. Amazing. Like the most expansive range like you've ever seen before. You have to go to Sorrento.
I know, yeah.
Like,
sounds amazing.
It's incredible.
Add it to my list.
Add it to your list. It's absolutely amazing there. But that was when I was really like, oh, okay, like people be doing sorbet properly, like not just flavored ice.
Yeah.
Like
It's
actually a thing. Like it can be creamy.
Yeah. Like
sorbet. It can be.
Or sorbetto.
It can be creamy.
It does have a good sorbet. It does have it's got like, even as you pick it up, it doesn't crumble. No. It is very much like having a gelato. Yeah.
So nice. The best place, I'm just trying to find the name of it actually. I had it in Chelsea Village in New York. It's like an indoor market. There's an ice cream place in there. Yeah. Well, a gelateria.
Yeah.
And it's called L'Art de Gelato. Yeah. So L'Arte.
Is it gelato or gelato? Because I've been saying gelato.
I think it's gelato.
Oh, okay, cool.
I think it's gelato, but this place L'Arte del Gelato.
Yeah.
It's inside the Chelsea Market in New York, and it is just an actual name of a place I can remember and say really, really good. I say in London there's a chain called Snowflake.
I've never had it.
It's a dessert place, so they do like waffles and crepes, but they have like an amazing like ice cream and counter and everything. Where I spotted one recently, a new one, is in the O2. Do you know if you go in the O2 and you know when you have to go in for standing to an event and they make you go around the whole side of the O2?
Yes.
Go around that way towards like Toca Social and Nando's and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Massive Snowflake there, and they have such good. Such good.
I had sorbet the other day. It was local. It was in like South Woodford, and the place is called Quickies and Cream.
Oh yeah.
And I actually liked their sorbet. I had lemon and raspberry, and the lemon was balanced. Sometimes with lemon sorbet, it's too much tang.
Was the raspberry seeded?
No, it wasn't.
It was smooth.
Speaking of which, yes, Hackney Gelato.
Yeah.
I do love their Alfonso mango sorbet.
Yeah.
It is like, it's like drugs for me, basically. Like I can just eat the whole tub, and it doesn't taste too sweet. It literally tastes like pureed mango. I believe they retail in Sainsbury's. I'm pretty sure I've seen Hackney Gelato in Tesco, and also in Waitrose.
Okay.
I think the shop that's in Hackney, I don't think it's like accessible to the general public.
Okay.
Yeah, but Hackney Gelato, Alfonso mango sorbet, that's one of my favorite things to buy. Yeah.
So good.
Yeah, but sorbet, since we went through like
with flavors
or like ice cream versus gelato, sorbet, sorbetto, it's also known as. It is always a dairy and egg-free frozen treat. It is therefore the lowest fat content out of ice cream, sorbet and gelato, and it's made with sweetened juice, fruit puree, or water, and is denser than gelato, includes sugar and flavorings, and the process is similar to making ice cream in that it is churned and has a similar texture, kept at a cooler temperature than gelato to keep its consistency or flavour. So it's gluten-free.
It's dairy-free.
Dairy-free.
Yeah.
So, and probably plant-based most of the time.
Most of the time, I can imagine, Unless a thickening agent.
Or something.
Yeah.
I don't want to sell you guys a dream, but in essence, like in theory, it should be plant-based,
Yeah,
and it was traditionally used as a palate cleanser, which Harleigh told me she already knew because obviously she's done the tour. I haven't done the tour. Didn't know that, but I always use it whenever I'm out as a palate cleanser. Once I've had a very savoury meal, I need that flavour gone from my tongue, and I just feel like gelato always just resets my palate, and I think that's why I love it. And I tend to.
So I guess like the next level, I don't want to say down, but
yeah,
along that chain is probably like a granita, right? A
granata, yeah.
So it's like crumbed ice, flavoured ice,
basically. Yeah, or shave ice, that kind of stuff. I love. I think some of the best flavours I've had is like one thing I'm looking for constantly at the moment is apple based.
Really?
Sorbets, yeah. Really love an apple-based sorbet.
I don't think I've ever had one.
So I've had an apple sorbet at Prime Steak and Grill in St Albans. I had that for dessert. That was really nice. I think it was like a Granny Smith apple sorbet. And then I'd also had it in New York at Laboratorio de Gelato. And that is opposite Cat's Delicatessen. If you stand like in front of Cat's Delicatessen and you look across the street.
Oh yeah, the place that was like, it looks like clinical.
Yeah, and it looks like a science lab. Yeah, they had an apple sorbet there. That was really nice and I really loved that.
You could just eat on those 4 streets for the whole day.
Yeah.
Cat's, Sweet Chick.
What do you call that part again? Lower East Side?
Yeah, it's kind of off Chinatown. So
yeah, I think it's the Lower East Side. But
I don't think that's maybe.
Or Clinton.
That is
Clinton Street.
Clinton Street is one of the streets that's there, but I think that neighbourhood, is it NoHo maybe?
I'm sure it's the LES.
Maybe,
I don't know, but
yeah. Cat's Deli is a landmark, so you'll find it. Okay, so moving on from ice cream, I want to bring it back to the namesake of the episode, Dessert Person.
Yeah.
And I've already mentioned the book on pie, but I want to, I have a couple books here.
Yeah.
That I brought my books to school.
Okay.
Oh, I just dropped all of them. So this, if you're watching on YouTube, you can see is Dessert Person. By Claire Saffitz, and it says on the back, there are no just cooks out there, only bakers who haven't yet been converted. I am a dessert person. We are all dessert people.
How cute.
How cute.
That looks like a lovely blood orange polenta cake on the front.
Yes.
It looks fantastic.
This is so good. And actually, I think this cover of the book is the recipe that she first launched the YouTube channel with, so obviously she cooked the cover first.
My only thing
Go on.
is that I would prefer it without the rind. But it's very pretty.
Yeah, it's a gorgeous book. Like, I've already recommended, so the book on pie, the photography in this book, and the recipes in this book.
I feel like I need it. I'm not really into baking, but I feel like I love the pictures are really drawing me in.
It's incredible. And like the things that are in this book, and let me just actually skim through the contents. So the categories in the book from the contents are loaf cakes and single layer cakes. That's a very important dessert to me. Cake.
Okay.
Cake as a whole. Great cakes. What's your favourite cake?
Victoria sponge.
Really?
Vicky sponge. Yeah, a Vicky sponge is my favourite.
Mine's a lemon and pistachio.
Okay, nice. I do love an orange polenta type cake. I love a polenta cake. Yeah, any kind of polenta cake. But if I could only have one cake for the rest of my life, it would be a Victoria sponge.
So the cake on the cover is obviously in that section, which is the blood orange and olive oil upside down cake.
What? That sounds fantastic. I need that, yeah.
Next category is pies and tarts. Obviously we've spoken a bit about that. We have bars and cookies. We have layer cakes and fancy desserts. So my favourite, I think Victoria sponge is obviously a layer cake, but I would say my favourite layer cake is carrot cake. I love it when it's like a triple carrot cake with cream cheese frosting in between. Oh my god, incredible.
I do love a carrot cake. Yeah, indulgent. Raisins, nuts,
no raisins. Okay. She has a breakfast and brunch section for recipes like muffins and babka and buns and like Danishes, breads and savoury baking, and then foundation recipes, including things like the frostings and just like basic doughs and things like that.
Breads and savoury baking in the dessert book. What kind of things are in there? I'm curious.
Oh, I can tell you. Buttermilk biscuits.
Oh.
Chala, honey chala.
Oh, is that? Oh, yeah, it is considered a bread, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
You could make brioche with that. You could make bread and butter pudding with any of these.
I think I'm gonna make. Oh, but it's not gluten free.
Loaded cornbread.
Are any of these gluten free by any chance? I need a gluten free challah bread so I can make a bread and butter pudding. I know I'm asking a lot.
Free bread.
I think I'm just gonna go and get a challah bread and make a bread and butter pudding.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh gosh, all that the French toast. Yeah. Oh.
Dessert person, I absolutely would recommend. That is my recommendation. The next one I have on my lap, I think I've also spoken about before, which is a Sugar I Love You by Ravneet Gill.
You have spoken about it.
And now actually, I should have brought it with me. I do have the first one, which is available on the back. So when we spoke about the Joe Cookbooks, I spoke about this book and I said I don't have her debut,
you got
which
it
is
for
the Pastry
Christmas?
Chef's Guide. I got it for Christmas.
Yeah.
Both are dessert books essentially, but This one is obviously Sugar I Love You. So
I love that the edge of the page is
it's got like a blue foil on the edge of this book. This is published by Pavilion. They actually sent this to me, so thank you for sending this to me. Yeah, they sent it to me. Thank you so much. It's gorgeous. Yeah, I love it so much. The only thing about this book that is not the greatest is that there's not pictures for every single recipe. Oh. But there are pictures for a lot of the recipes. Yeah. There are literally no pictures. There are no pictures in this book.
Really?
Page Chef's Guide, there are like no pictures.
Oh god.
Because it's a theory book.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Essentially.
Fair enough.
And it's so well written.
Yeah.
You know what you're looking for.
I want these two. They're really pretty. I want them in my collection.
Yes. We'll get them for you, darling.
Yeah.
Just quickly run through the contents of this: cake, biscuits, cheesecake, sweet doughs, fried things, tarts and pies, entremets. Don't know what entremets is. Ice cream, plated desserts, and that is everything that's in this book.
Cheesecakes, I do love a New York vanilla based cheesecake.
I like a baked cheesecake.
Yeah, I do like that. And fried things, churros. I love churros, and I love
dolce de leche.
Yeah, and do you know what I love? Funfair donuts.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like the sugar ring donuts. Yeah, I love that. But I don't really call them desserts. They're a bit more like snacks for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a light snack.
Yeah.
The last book I have on my lap.
Crumb by Ruby Tando, we've heard.
Crumb by Ruby Tando. Crumb by Ruby Tando. Look at this book, please.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that thing has been used.
This thing has been loved.
Yeah.
This.
Is this the one where your mum wrote in it with pen?
No.
Okay. Gosh, you look like you would have disowned her.
No, she would not. I know exactly what book that is. It's not this one.
Okay.
Now you got me second guessing.
Okay.
But it's not this book. But this is Crumb by Ruby Tando. This is her debut book. And it is Crumb baking book. So her books since have been recipe books with sweet savoury, all sorts, but this is the baking book. The recipes in this book cannot fail. I'm sorry, they cannot fail. A well written recipe just cannot fail.
What is that?
Contents page of this.
Oh, it's bread.
Yeah, I think that's bread. Contents section of this are cake, bread, sweet dough, biscuits, puddings and desserts, pies and tarts, pastries, and then extras. Ooh, so I'm just flicking through.
Pecan pie. I do like a pecan pie. Yeah.
That is one of my favourite desserts.
I do love a good pecan pie.
I'm just going to like flick through stuff. She's got a sticky toffee pudding.
That looks good.
She's got a sticky toffee pudding recipe in here. She's got maple pecan sponge puddings in
here.
Please,
ones with pictures only.
Wow.
Because I can't.
Oh, I've made these. So these are dark chocolate orange bourbon biscuits.
Yeah, you can miss me with that. Next.
Oh, they're really good.
Really?
Yeah,
dark chocolate is not really my bag.
I'm in the bread section now, I think. Okay. But custard donuts.
Are you into custard donuts? Because I think that one's a bit divisive. Yes or no?
Not particularly, but really? I have had one from Bread Ahead and it was life changing.
I do love a custard donut.
But I think you know what it is. Custard, isn't it? I can't be sure how runny. I can't be sure how runny it's gonna be.
Okay.
If it's too runny, so you know, like Chinese custard buns.
Okay, yeah.
Too runny.
Yeah.
Can't do it.
I do like a custard donut and a strawberry jam donut. I'm not really into raspberry filling. No, raspberry. But do you know what I like? I do like the raspberry filled one from what are they called again?
Bread Ahead.
No.
From
Krispy Kremes.
Oh, Krispy Kremes.
I went for a phase.
Theirs is raspberry.
They have a raspberry filled one.
And theirs is only raspberry.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay, so it was that one. I went for a phase where after work I would stop and I would get one, and it was becoming a thing. I had to cut it out. I really love it.
When I walk through my town centre, they have a Krispy Kreme like concession.
Yeah.
It's not quite a store, but it has you can sit down at it, and it's like I could be walking straight on the other side of the mall.
Yeah.
And the magnet. I'll just drift over to the counter and have to get it. But this was an amazing book. And the last one, which is actually kind of part of our set, is sitting behind me, and it's Benjamina's A Good Day to Bake.
Yeah.
This is her second book. Woo. Let me see if that apple pie is in
it's like
here,
a caramel apple pie.
I think you saw her, or you might have been a taste tester for a recipe.
But that thing was fantastic.
No, there's nothing.
I just physically could not eat anymore. It was really upsetting me. Have you ever been so full where you're not quite finished with something yet? Yeah, that was really good.
No, it's not in this book.
So it's an exclusive.
It might have been an exclusive, or it might have been a test. Okay. So if there's another book to come, which I really hope there is,
it might be.
Then it might be in that. But
I want to get into my dessert bag. But good desserts a lot of the time are based on like flour or gluten. Yeah, so I think that kind of killed my desire to bake as much.
But not all desserts have to be baked.
No, polenta cakes, and I've got quite a bit of polenta. I might make a polenta cake. Maybe
Benji's has definitely in her first book, she has some dietary.
Okay, let me check it out.
So
that book is cute. I want to get these
book
books. Like, yeah, very pretty.
I love all of these books. My bookshelf is mainly, when I went to pick out a few, I was like, well, that's got good desserts in it, and that's got good desserts in it, and I love that dessert. Yeah. One book that has a really good dessert in it, the one that my mum wrote in, it's just that Easy Cakes and Cookies, you know, the Easy series. Yeah. And it's a hazelnut pavlova. And it's like, you have to blanch the hazelnut. It's a bit of a beast of a recipe. Yeah. But hazelnut pavlova with just like a cream and raspberries in between.
It does sound good.
That's a good summer dessert.
Yeah.
Good pavlova.
Yeah.
Good meringue.
I do Eton mess, yes or no?
Yeah, good Eton mess.
Yeah, ooh. I do like a good Eton mess.
You know what I like on my Eton mess though? A little herb. Like a little basil. Something to cut the...
I don't know if I've had that before, but the sweetness.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's just like very small amount of fresh basil.
Lovely. I don't have many dessert books. I don't think I really have any. I've got one from Holly. It's Holly on Instagram. I think I mentioned this in the last episode, that she has a book in our International Women's Day episode.
Yes.
That she has a book. It's called Best of Instagram Desserts. I think when she first started out on Instagram, she was doing a lot of baking. She bakes quite a bit anyway.
She's amazing. Have you been watching her buttercream series?
Yes, I have. Yeah, she doesn't like American buttercream at all. Says it's way too sweet, but she's tried a couple of like European style ones. Ermine, Swiss meringue. Yeah. Did you see the one like burnt meringue. Burnt meringue. Yeah, looks quite interesting.
Did.
But yeah, it's called Best of Instagram Desserts. My favorite cake, cookie, and brownie recipes from my Instagram feed in one convenient place. She just wants people to be able to bake something. So this book is technically free. It is pay what you want. So I would encourage you to pay what is within your means to pay. Yep. But as she said, if you can't afford to pay anything, then it is available to download for free. And she just wants you to bake something from it. And I did make her just a very basic brownie recipe. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10.
She just can't miss.
It was banging.
She doesn't fail.
Yeah, it was absolutely banging. Really loved it. So I do like that, but there's loads of stuff in there that I would bake if I ever really got into baking. But it's a super cute book. It's an ebook, I've got to mention. Okay, so I don't know if you guys can see this.
But we'll link to it, and we'll link to everything. It's all still available. And we'll put links to buy all the books that we've spoken about. But thanks for entertaining me.
Yeah, no problem.
For a dessert episode. I hope you've enjoyed it, all your listeners.
Yeah.
Let us know. There'll be a poll in this episode. Are you a dessert person?
Yes or no?
Yes or no? And or do you believe you're a dessert person in training?
Maybe. I think before we go, something that is hampering people's dessert person experience or coming to is restaurants and how they handle desserts. And we've spoken about that a couple of times.
We did.
But I think they don't help. They don't help the cause.
They're not helping.
Yeah.
They're really not.
Yeah.
Don't worry. We'll change the game.
Okay, cool.
We'll let the restaurant game know that we're paying attention.
For sure.
I think no one's been complaining about it, but here we are.
Facts.
Doing the Lord's work. Thank you guys so much for listening. And we will catch you in the next episode.
Bye guys.
Bye guys.